ciel bleu vole en silence.
I know clothes can sometimes feel overwhelming, but accessories are easy. Accessories are easy, and they're the most affordable way to update your wardrobe for fall 2025 or for truly any season. So today I'm going to do a deep dive into the best accessories of fall 2025 that will instantly update your wardrobe. So welcome if you're new here. My name is Netta. I'm a personal stylist. My whole focus is to help you look and feel beautiful, confident, fresh, fabulous, every single day, every single day. All of the tools that I create and all of the resources are designed to do just that, including my upcoming fall modern classics wardrobe guide, which should be ready shortly. I have been teasing it for a while. We're working on it as things come into stores, making sure that it's updated. And then we're also working on capsule wardrobe guides for fall, body type styling guides for fall, like all the things. So definitely watch the space for that. And don't forget to sign up for my Masterclass series, because we're talking about outfits, how to put everything together into stylish outfits that like really work for your life, and how to build that wardrobe that's going to make it easy. And the link for that is in the description box and the pinned comment. So you'll definitely want to join me for the Masterclass series. It's happening every other week-ish, all through fall. Okay, so let's talk about accessories. I am really, really excited about accessories because I think there's a lot that's new and fun and different that's happening in fall for accessories, and this is such an easy way, like I said, to update our wardrobes. And many of these are going to be things that you already have, and you can just kind of break out again. And truly, if you're like discouraged by trends and trend cycles and the ever shortening trend cycles, and really don't want to hop on the bandwagon of updating your wardrobe, I love it, not everybody loves it, then I would say lean into accessories plus modern classics. This can be a formula that can work for everybody. I think it's really important that our accessories are modern. And one of the things I was recently telling the ladies in my Style Confidence Club on a workshop is when we're looking at Pinterest, we're looking anywhere at inspiration pictures, and we don't really know when those pictures were shot, like what decade or time period that inspiration came from. Look to the accessories. The accessories are going to give it away. So the peep toe platform pumps and taupe stacked heel booties and flower statement necklaces on some Pinterest pins are going to really put you back in 2015. So if you want to update your wardrobe and you want your wardrobe to look modern, but you don't want it to be a lot of work, look to the accessories. They can be an instant update without a lot of commitment, in a much more affordable way, in a way that fits every body, fits every personal style. Like, you can make this work regardless of who you are. So I think accessories are really an underrated way to update your wardrobe. Again, the formula of modern classics plus updated accessories works every single time, and will give you that fresh and updated look that you need for fall without making a major commitment. So let's break it down. I'm super, super excited about some of these trends. Actually, about all of these trends. The first trend is one that I'm wearing a little bit, and it has not gone anywhere. This is a trend that's been around for the last couple of years, and again, it's a trend that is also a classic, which I love, and that's pearls. That's pearls. We're seeing pearls everywhere. One of my favorite nods to pearls was on the Chanel runway when they had these huge, and this is inspiring me to bring back my gumdrop style or size pearls that I had from years ago. But these are huge, huge, huge pearls, and the middle pearl opens up and it's a little clutch. It's so cool. It's so cool. But runways always dramatize things so that we get the message, right? Because they are theater. But by the time obviously things come into stores, we're going to see more wearable pearls. We're going to see pearls on everything and everywhere, and it's definitely a major trend. We're seeing pearl encrusted clothes. We're seeing bags and shoes with pearl details, and then of course we're seeing pearls in jewelry. I love this. I love this. This is kind of goes hand in hand with the femininity trend we're seeing for fall 2025, and I love it. Again, something that we have that we can pull out that will really look updated and fresh for the season. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is kind of a difference in the way that boots look this season. So we're looking at knee-high and over-the-knee boots, and we're seeing suede boots. What we're seeing a trend in, and I'm doing a separate shoe video, so I'm not going to get into this in detail, but we're seeing a move away from chunky shoes and to more sleek shoes. So instead of like chunky platform boots and chunky moto style boots. We're seeing sleeker like sock style boots. We're seeing over the knee boots, and we're seeing knee high boots. A real big trend, a return to knee high boots. We're seeing a lot of suede in boots. I'm really liking this. We saw this at Totem and at Givenchy. Givenchy had like skin tight knee high boots. Isabel Marant showed this, Balmain showed this, Louis Vuitton, Ralph Lauren, Zimmermann. In addition to the skin tight boots, we're also seeing slouchy boots. So those two extremes. We're not seeing chunky boots. We're seeing slouchy, soft and slouchy, or we're seeing tight and sock kind of style boots. So those are two kind of trends that we're definitely seeing in boots. Now, you know, I actually really love the slouchy ones. We saw that at Zimmermann a lot. And suede and slouch are both headline boots for fall 2025. I really like them. What I think the way to wear this and to make this workable is if you're wearing something chunky and a little oversized, that's a good opportunity to lean into like a sleeker boot, maybe a more sock style boot. If you're wearing something sleek or something structured, something tailored, that really calls, in my opinion, for that slouchy boot to come out. So kind of do an opposite thing. A sleek boot, slouchy outfit, slouchy boot, sleek outfit. That works really, really well if you're interested in these boot trends. I really love them. Okay, the next, and I love this one so much, the next trend that I want to talk about with accessories is a statement belt. I have not seen belts like this in years. And some of you are going to skip belts entirely because, you know, you don't love your midsection, and that's totally fine. But unless you've got like a rounder midsection, you've got a real apple-shaped body, and really definitely, you know, you don't feel comfortable drawing attention to your midsection, I would say if you've got a moderate or straighter waistline, like consider these statement belts. They can actually be super, super flattering when worn the right way. Of course, we have to pay attention to how wide the belt is. The shorter your torso, the less width that you need to create a statement look. But I really love these. I saw these at Kate, these were some of my favorites. Alaya had these like belted leather coats that were incredible. Isabel Marant. What's really interesting is seeing like these wide belts with like oval and geometric buckles, like these dramatic buckles, kind of statement buckles. Just a major trend for fall 2025. And again, this is about taking belts that you already have, if you have statement belts, putting them on over your coats, putting them on over your blazers, putting them on over dresses, like putting them on over existing clothes that you already have, and it's an easy update. And of course, there are going to be plenty of belts in stores if you don't already have something like that. So we're seeing wide and oval geometric buckles over coats and blazers. One of the ways that this is easiest to wear is if you do it in a monochromatic way. So cinching a monochromatic look with a belt in the same color can really kind of define your waist without adding undue interest or bulk to your waistline. Okay, next I want to talk about artful layering. We're seeing layering. Again, this isn't groundbreaking. It is fall. We're going to layer. Especially in Florida, where it's going to feel, you know, the temperature changes every second. And it's just so funny to be talking about fall when it's 1,000,000 degrees out, but whatever. And this is when we need to talk about it. So layering for fall looks a little different. We're seeing a lot of, again, tops layered together. So one top over another over another. I haven't seen this since like the early 2000s, but like a tank over a tank, or a tank over a tee, or sheer layers worn under opaque layers. We're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing lace peeking out from under sweaters and other other like knits like that. But how does this apply to accessories? So what's cool about the layering trend with accessories is the scarf, like the chunky scarf layering trend. We're seeing two scarves worn together. So that's kind of how layering is showing up in terms of accessories. So Sakai, did layering like that. J.W. Anderson did it. Maison Margiela did it, like lots and lots of like scarves worn with other scarves. So the easiest way to do this is to take maybe like a slightly less chunky scarf and then a more chunky scarf, like maybe in the same color, and put them on at the same time. Different lengths, like just kind of like, oh, I was cold, so I threw on a scarf, and then I was still cold, and I threw on another scarf. Like that's definitely a trend that we're seeing. And it looks a little like you just kind of like threw it on, but it looks cool. It's just something to think about. I also like the idea of doing a wool scarf and a silk scarf. I think that's a really easy way to wear it. Stagger the lengths, let the edges show a little bit. And then, you know, if you're having a hard time with this or still playing with it, keep all the colors the same. It makes it a little easier to wear this. I think it's fun. Definitely not much opportunity for me to use it here in Florida, but for those of you where it gets extra cold, you can wear 2 scarves. Sculptural jewelry. I have already been loving this. This is something that we saw in spring, summer, and we're seeing this continue through fall, winter. We're really seeing more bold jewelry and a return to maximalism in style and in jewelry, and I am here for it. After like years and years of delicate jewelry, which I love, but we're seeing a return to more statement pieces, and I love that too. So, Allegri, Laura Lombardi, we just saw like every designer had sculptural earrings, sculptural cuffs, sculptural hardware, sculptural necklaces, bold metals, organic forms, cuffs and big earrings, especially were the things that I saw the most. And then sculptural pendants, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, they were everywhere. And I think it's such an easy way and an affordable way to make a bold statement. We're going to find this wherever you shop, from Amazon to Target, all the way on up. So very, very easy. Instead of like maybe your current bracelet stack, consider a bold cuff as an easy update. I love this. A bold cuff and a bold earring just instantly will update everything you're wearing for fall. I unfortunately I have a hard time finding cuffs because I have really, really scrawny wrists, and cuffs often fall off. But if I can find a bold gold cuff, I have been looking for one for a minute. That is going to be on my fall shopping list. Kind of more organic, molten looking shapes, and they're just beautiful. They're modern and like they look like pieces of art. I love them. Okay. The next trend that is going to be practical but also beautiful is gloves as styling pieces. Now, many of you are in places where fall, winter calls for gloves anyway. Now gloves are going to be part of your outfit, and I love this. The easiest way to do this is to just buy a glove in an unexpected color or texture. Leopard, python, oxblood, chocolate, like there's just so many opportunities. We saw this at Erdem, Gucci. This was everywhere. Undercover, like lots and lots of different brands featured. And one of the cool things was you would see like 3/4 sleeve coats with long gloves. You would see short sleeve knits with long gloves. We saw velvet gloves. We saw like opera gloves, refined leather gloves at Gucci. There's just, I love this. I really love the opera length leather gloves or velvet gloves in black and oxblood, maybe in a metallic. Like, that's just amazing. You're seeing the glove as the third piece in an outfit. So say you're wearing a coat and a pair of boots, and so that's all kind of people are seeing. And when you're out and about, the only thing that people are seeing in your outfit is your coat and your boots, right? That glove is like that pop. It's like that third piece. It's that outfit completer that we need in fall, and I love it. And again, super, super practical. Okay, another practical trend that I'm so happy to see come back in a major way is the return of statement tights. Obviously, we need to cover our legs if we're wearing dresses or skirts in cold weather, but now we can do it, and just in the same way as gloves can add interest to an outfit, tights can also add interest to an outfit, and they're at the same time like super practical. So I love this. We're seeing textured tights of all different types of textures. We're seeing lace tights, which we saw a little bit of last year, really, really make a strong return. Oh my goodness, I love this. We're seeing colored tights, and we're seeing different levels of sheerness, from semi-sheer to opaque tights in colors. Again, oxblood, teal, chocolate brown. I just love this. So we're seeing argyle, we're seeing sloganed and embellished tights, even cargo pocket tights, which I don't even know what that is. That's just a weird trend. I wrote this down. I'm trying to remember what that looks like, but I'm going to pop up pictures so you guys can see. Gucci, Anna Sui, Simone Rocha. These are just like tights were everywhere. I love them. And again, we're seeing some with like fancy logos on them. We're seeing argyle, we're seeing lace, we're seeing texture. Lace ribbed or color block tights work really, really well under skirts, which are really skirts are just a major thing for fall, even more than dresses. It was all about the skirt in whatever length you choose, mini, knee length, which is back, or midi length. Love that. So we're seeing these tights under minis, under middies, under tailored shorts, under pencil skirts, which are really kind of slowly coming back in. If tights are loud, I would keep the shoes simple and sleek, like maybe a simple pair of Mary Janes, a sleek pair of sock booties, clean slingbacks. I have a whole shoe video coming up, but the more detailed the tights, I think the simpler the shoe should be. Okay, and maybe the sleeker, like the less textured the shoe should be. The next trend I want to talk about is the new everyday bag. So we're seeing sculptured bags, and then we're also seeing hobo style bags. And there's just a bag out there for everybody. We're seeing a lot of suede, a lot of warm browns, a lot of soft like crescent shapes and hobos for fall winter 2025. I think a bag is a fabulous and easy update. And there's a bag for every price point. I am eyeing some of the fancier bags. They are just absolutely like made my jaw drop. I love them. Like the Loewe squeeze bag. Like look at this bag. Look at this bag. I even want it in this color. Like I love this bag. I love the Celine Rami bag for a little more down to earth price. The Kaz crescent bag. But there's a bag out there again for everybody. We're gonna see these everywhere. They are they're just an easy update if you feel like your bag is sad or a little tired or whatever. Bag is an easy way to update every outfit because you know, you wear it with everything. So we're seeing again a slouchy structured hobo, a crescent. We're seeing them in suede. We're seeing them in textured leather. You want a size that fits easily under the arm and sits flat to the body. Chocolate and burgundy and camel are going to be, I think, the colors to like lean into for bags this season. So if one of those appeals to you, that's what I would do. Okay. I'm so happy about this. I'm so happy about this. After years of not seeing long pendant necklaces, we're seeing long pendant necklaces come back. These look so cool and modern and a little minimal and edgy and different than we saw in the past. So we're seeing like cords, often leather cords or sleek silky cords or like rope cords, long and like minimal with like one cool sculptural pendant. I'm seeing pendants that are glass, that are metal, some that open up and have like a little pocket in them. They're just so cool. Cord and rope pendants were just huge. Another major pendant style is a tassel. We're seeing like wooden tassels and metal tassels, but we're also seeing fabric tassels. So it's this rope or thread or cord pendant that's long with like a sculptural pendant or tassel. Sorry, long cord with a sculptural pendant or tassel. I love this. I love this. What's really cool on a leather silk cord, you can use this to break up like a sweater to add interest to like cozy layers for fall. I just love it. Another pendant style that we're seeing, and I'm going to talk about that more in a second, is the seashell pendant. So we're seeing a lot of these tassels, seashells, and then sculptural pendants on long cords. I love this so much. Very easy trend that we can all wear. The next trend I want to talk about is sea-inspired jewels, shell-inspired jewelry, and really shell motifs in general. This definitely came out in spring, summer, and it seems like more of a summery trend, but it's going to continue through fall, winter, and I love it. We're seeing like mother-of-pearl looking belts, bags, shoes, and jewelry, like accessories that are just covered with that kind of pearly sheen. And then we're seeing like, so it's all like the under the sea motif, and then we're seeing seashells on everything. We're seeing like shell belts, we're seeing shell bags, we're seeing shell jewelry, of course, and we're seeing like big sculptural bold shell pieces and then more delicate pieces. This is obviously one of the few fall trends that's really Florida friendly. Like we wear shells, and again, this is a trend that is not really a trend because seashells never really go out of style, but sometimes they are more in style, and right now they're absolutely having a moment, which means we're going to see seashells on everything. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's feminine. I think it's just it's just such a pretty trend. Okay, the last trend that I want to talk about, and this is a major one, is scarves. It's scarves. I kind of saved the best for last in the sense that we've already been talking and hearing and knowing about scarves for a minute now. Like, we knew this was coming for fall. It's already been happening in spring, summer style, but fall, it looks different, and I just absolutely love this trend for fall 2025. Scarves are like a major, major accessory trend. And so scarves are always in the culture. It's something that many of us always wear, and especially in fall, winter, but they're not always having like a spotlight moment. The spotlight is just absolutely on scarves this season. If you could only mix up or switch up one accessory this season, I would say scarves are one of the best places to start. Again, they're going to be one of the more affordable depending on the scarf that you buy, but you also probably already have it. You probably already have it. And it's just about how we're styling it a little differently this year. We can still style it in some of the more classic, modern classic ways, but there are new, fresh ways to style it this year that I think make it look really, really different. So we're seeing a lot of scarves as tops, and truly this is something to try. It sounds like, is that even going to work? But it actually can work and be like a full top, especially under a jacket. It adds a lot of color and interest and pattern and detail, and can just be really, really beautiful. But if I have not lost you at scarf as top yet, then I would say try the scarf as belt. That is the key scarf look for fall, winter 2025. So it's a triangle, it's a scarf folded into a triangle shape and then tied around your waist, usually worn with pants, but also worn with skirts. This is kind of, we were seeing the statement belt, but we're also seeing the statement scarf worn as a belt. So two different ways to kind of highlight the waist areas. I would say like a silk or slightly textured scarf is going to stay in place a little bit more than something super satiny, which is probably going to be slippery. But I'm loving this trend. And it's just adds interest and color. What I'm seeing it done with a lot more that is like you're wearing an outfit that's all neutral, that's all pretty simple, and then you add the scarf, and then it's like that finishing touch on the outfit. It's just a beautiful, beautiful way to accessorize your looks for fall, winter. And again, something that many of us already have. So that is it, my fall, winter accessories trends. I covered a wide range from jewelry to scarves to shoes to bags, and I'm going to do a deep dive into some of these in upcoming videos. So let me know what you would like to see more on. But I really kind of wanted to give you an overview and to encourage you, if you ever feel overwhelmed by a seasonal update, start with the accessories. Wear your modern classics, add of the moment accessories, and you're going to have a fresh and fabulous and modern look. And so that's the goal, again, of everything I do here, is to help you and me stay modern. Love you guys so much. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe so we can hang out some more. I'll see you in the next one.